With the news of Xiao Yan's battle with Su Xiao spreading, it didn't take long for Su Xiao's name as a traitor to be confirmed. As a result, Xiao Yan, now the newly crowned demon commander, was increasingly admired and supported by the demonic beasts. As for Xiao Yan's unconsciousness, it mysteriously disappeared the next day. Xiao Yan returned to his usual routine, visiting the horned demon elder and others before heading back to his residence to continue his daily cultivation. At this moment, in the monster realm's nation of 10,000 demons. The nation of 10,000 demons, located in the vast demon domain, is one of the top 10 most powerful territories among the hundreds of nations within the monster realm. Its strength and heritage are unmatched by other countries. Now, with the decree from the Demon King, the entire nation's cities were in a state of extreme excitement, not for any trivial reason, but because of the so-called ancient battlefield. The ancient battlefield is not only a battlefield between the extraterritorial evil clan and many powerful beings from the monster realm, but it also hides countless legacy ruins. Moreover, the battles fought there could determine the fate of the current war in the monster realm. The 10 major forces of the monster realm were already at odds, and the final battle was on the brink of eruption. Armies under the 3 strongest forces were eyeing each other's territories, and with the 7 great demon kings stirring the pot, the ancient battlefield had turned into a sea of flames, resembling an ancient, all-consuming war. At the same time, the entire army of the monster nation was slowly reaching its final stages of assembly. Except for Xiao Yan and the heavenly fox demon commander, other demonic beasts joining the army were being meticulously trained by the high-ranking officials of the nation of 10,000 demons. Within the grand palace of the nation of 10,000 demons, in a graceful pavilion, 3 differently shaped demonic beasts appeared quietly. Their expressions were serious as they stood around a kind-looking man. The man exuded a commanding aura, his demeanor showing that he was a high-ranking military official, his power far beyond Xiao Yan's. 4 8-star Docians. Among them, 3 were veteran demon commanders, and the gentleman at the center was the Demon King of 10,000 demons. Demon King. After a brief silence, one of the demon commanders, a snake-like beast, spoke up with an urgent tone. Snake Commander, what is the current situation on the front lines? Please tell me whether it's war or peace. I will decide the course of action. The Demon King's eyes shimmered with a strange energy, as though he already knew Snake Commander's heated intentions. Understood. The Snake Commander, aware of his own impatience, nodded slowly and began to explain. Currently, in the ancient battlefield, the 3 great powers we serve, along with the 7 demon kings, have divided the battlefield into 10 zones. Each of these zones is filled with concentrated armies, creating a terrifying scene. However, due to the disappearance of Lord Black Fiend Dragonwolf, our territory is in a precarious position. Several other nations have already sent reinforcements to the ancient battlefield. The Snake Commander nodded, though his brow furrowed with a killing aura and grave concern. Even with his 8-star Docian strength, the power and forces of the other 9 dominating factions left him deeply uneasy. The forces and armies behind them were enough to make him feel truly uneasy, not from fear of life and death, but from the fear that his homeland might be trampled by stronger forces. It seems that the ancient battlefield holds more than just our monster realm's war. A few days ago, when I left the nation of 10,000 demons and ventured to a strange area, I detected several eerie energies. These energies were like wandering souls, similar to Su Xiao's aura. It seems he allied himself with one of the 7 demon kings, attempting to stir up a major conspiracy within the ancient battlefield. Furthermore, there are 2 demon-suppressing prisons within the ancient battlefield. At this point, the Demon King's eyes flickered with suspicion, as strange echoes of eerie souls seemed to resonate in his mind, as though there was a connection between them. The existence of 2 demon-suppressing prisons within the ancient battlefield was known only to the highest echelons of the monster realm. Now that Su Xiao had escaped, along with evidence gathered from his mansion and other places, the Demon King was highly perplexed. Demon King, although the army has gathered, our highest commander, Lord Black Fiend Dragonwolf, is still missing. His personal guards have had to fend off other powerful forces, and our situation is extremely precarious. Perhaps we should enter the ancient battlefield soon to aid him. Let's see who is stronger and who is weaker." Another eagle-beak man coldly snorted and spoke. "I agree. I agree as well." The three demon commanders spoke in unison and then turned their gaze to the Demon King. "What about the top candidates in the army elections?" The Demon King nodded and asked again. "With our combined forces, we now have 50,000 elite soldiers, including nearly 27-star Do Xians. 9 strong candidates are vying for the position of Demon General. As for the others, they are also demonic beasts with considerable combat power." The Serpent Commander nodded and spoke, clearly showing his strength as the leader of the 3 great elder demon commanders, both in terms of combat power and leadership. "Xiao Yan, huh? I've heard this guy has dragon scales like me. It would be good to see him in action if the chance arises." After a brief pause, a demonic beast with brown scales all over his body smiled. "Don't worry, there will be an opportunity." At this moment, the Demon King of 10,000 demons laughed. "By the way, in the current 10 great battlefields, it seems that Xiao Yan and the Heavenly Fox can lead a special force to strike behind enemy lines." The brown-scaled demonic beast mumbled, seemingly recalling something. "Behind enemy lines?" At this moment, the Demon King of 10,000 demons, the Serpent Commander, and the eagle-beaked man all spoke up, as if they had thought of something. "Xiao Yan's strength is considerable, and his combat power is quite remarkable. Additionally, he and the Heavenly Fox Demon Commander are newly appointed commanders of our nation of 10,000 demons. Other strong figures are still unfamiliar with their aura. Striking behind enemy lines is not a bad idea. However, I worry that if other strong armies discover them, they might be sending them to their deaths." After a moment of contemplation, the Demon King of 10,000 demons voiced his concern. "My Lord Demon King, I think you are overthinking it. Anyone who bears the Basha's mark is no simple figure. Furthermore, the current situation is unfavorable for us. This special force, regardless of its success or failure, will have a huge impact on the battlefield." The brown-scaled demon commander said softly, "Prepare the army, gather tomorrow. As for this issue, we'll discuss it tomorrow. But I believe this person won't disappoint us." As he finished speaking, the Demon King of 10,000 demons smiled deviously, as if a meticulous plan was beginning to take shape in his mind. A month had passed since the call to gather the demonic beast army, and tomorrow was the best time to enter the ancient battlefield. For now, the entire nation of 10,000 demons was filled with an air of quiet anticipation. Knock, knock, knock. At this moment, a gentle knock echoed through Xiao Yan's residence. "Come in." Xiao Yan had just exited his meditation and was puzzled. However, through his immense spiritual power, he could clearly sense several figures outside the door. "Respected Demon Commander, we bring gifts from the Demon King." The visitor was a slender woman, with an alluring figure, followed by several demonic beast attendants carrying exquisitely crafted stone boxes. "What is this?" Xiao Yan was surprised internally but maintained a calm exterior. The methods of the Demon King were clear to Xiao Yan, and he knew something important was about to unfold. Nevertheless, he was willing to accept the reward, as entering the ancient battlefield required getting close to the Black Fiend Dragon Wolf's personal guard in order to track its whereabouts. Finding the Black Fiend Dragon Wolf would be the key to getting Xiao Yan's journey in the monster realm on track. Otherwise, he would waste precious time. "These are the evil crystal demon blocks you requested, my lord. With these, you will be able to fend off attacks from the extraterritorial evil clan or completely ignore them. This is a 6th grade immortal class pill, the Breaking Nightmare pill. It will maintain your strength at the level of an 8-star Do Xian for the duration of 1 incense stick. And here is an immortal armor defense plate, which will greatly enhance your defense." The enchanting woman spoke softly, and the 3 stone boxes were gently placed at the door. She smiled faintly. 6th grade immortal class pill? Defensive immortal artifact? Xiao Yan was stunned upon hearing this. In the monster realm, there were probably no more than a few dozen alchemists, and pills were considered one of the most valuable items in the realm. The fact that this was a 6th-grade immortal class pill alone indicated the Demon King's significant regard for Xiao Yan. The Demon King wants me to inform you that tomorrow you will set off for the ancient battlefield. He hopes that you, Demon Commander Xiao Yan, can lead by example. That will be all. After the attendants made their delivery, they promptly departed. But it seemed that the Heavenly Fox Demon Commander was receiving something similar, though not as extravagant as what Xiao Yan received. TSK. What a grand gesture. I'm curious to see what the Demon King has in mind, Xiao Yan said, slowly storing the items, then carefully adjusting his breath. With the defensive immortal armor, it seemed unlikely that any force below the 8-star level would be able to deal a fatal blow to Xiao Yan. And with the pill, it seemed that this time, Xiao Yan would truly have some powerful trump cards for the battlefield. The night slowly faded, and not long after, the morning sun rose, heralding the start of a new day. Clack, clack, clack. Immediately, the entire nation of 10,000 demons became busy. One after another, demonic beasts dressed in battle gear left their tents in an orderly fashion, heading towards the military assembly area. It was still the 10,000 Demons Plaza, but this time, there was no massive crowd of onlookers. Instead, every demonic beast wore a serious and resolute expression, their eyes brimming with determination. In an instant, they formed into neat, organized formations, each led by a demonic beast captain at the front of their respective squad. Hundreds of such formations were present, gathering a total of 50,000 elite demonic beasts. The weakest of them were at the level of Do Xian, while the strongest hovered around the 6-star Do Xian rank. More than 20 of them were 7-star Do Xian, standing at the front of the strongest formations. At the forefront of these grand armies, a towering figure, surpassing the heavens, stood side by side with a few powerful figures, all gazing forward. The Demon King of 10,000 demons, the 3 elder demon commanders, the 2 newly appointed demon commanders. As for the other elder demon generals and newly promoted demon generals, they slowly merged into the demonic beast formations, maintaining order. Everyone. The Demon King of 10,000 demons' voice rang out, filled with overwhelming pressure, like the roar of thunder, echoing throughout the 10,000 demons plaza. Demon King of 10,000 demons. As the Demon King spoke, the booming voice behind him resounded like a thunderclap. I, the Demon King of 10,000 demons, am a loyal subordinate of Lord Black Fiend Dragon Wolf. Now that Lord Black Fiend Dragon Wolf has gone missing and his personal guards are caught in danger while resisting the other 9 great powerhouses, should they fall, we will be next. Behind us, there is only tranquil land and a homeland where survival is impossible. When that time comes, the nation of 10,000 demons may face being blood-washed by other forces. Everyone, what do you think we should do now? The Demon King's voice reached every demonic beast's ears, deeply stirring their innermost defenses. Fight! 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 After a brief pause, countless colored demonic chi erupted from the bodies of the 50,000 demonic beasts, surging into the sky like a true apocalyptic furnace. Good. This time, I shall fight alongside all of you. The structure of the monster realm shall be rewritten by us. Even if we have to fight to the last drop of blood, surrender will never be an option. We are the most loyal subordinates and citizens of the Demon Emperor. Unbeatable in battle, invincible in attack. Each word from the Demon King of 10,000 demons resonated with the hearts of the 50,000 demonic beasts, and their morale soared. It was the perfect time to march into the ancient battlefield. All troops, listen up. Suddenly, the Demon King of 10,000 demons' voice became cold and ruthless, like that of a death judge. Demon King of 10,000 demons. The 3 army divisions roared in unison, the sound vast and overwhelming, causing the ground to shake. Xiao Yan Demon Commander, Heavenly Fox Demon Commander, step forward and receive orders. The Demon King of 10,000 demons commanded coldly. Subordinates are here. Xiao Yan and Heavenly Fox exchanged glances, then stepped forward, leaving their formations. They cupped their fists and bowed to the Demon King. I will give both of you 1,000 elite soldiers, including 10 7-star Do Xian, To enter the Tianyuan battlefield among the 10 great battlefields. Go deep into enemy lines and attack the evil-eyed Demon King's army. We don't expect you to defeat them, but you must delay their advance and buy us time to rescue the personal guard. Is there any problem? The Demon King of 10,000 demons spoke coldly. Delay the enemy? With these elites, perhaps I can try to deal with them. Xiao Yan slowly smiled, and the arrogance in his voice was impossible to suppress. Xiao Yan, Demon Commander, the army's discipline cannot tolerate any jokes. At this moment, one of the 3 elder demon commanders, the Serpent Commander, gave a friendly reminder. However, he secretly marveled at the Demon King's brilliant strategy. I understand, so what I am saying is a sure thing, Xiao Yan replied, locking eyes with the Demon King, seemingly showcasing his own strength. And if we fail? The Demon King of 10,000 demons asked. If I, Xiao Yan, fail, I will take full responsibility and die here. Xiao Yan's voice was like a thunderclap, echoing in everyone's heart. Good. The Demon King of 10,000 demons laughed crazily, slapping his hands together. Xiao Yan, Demon Commander. Many of the demonic beasts following Xiao Yan couldn't help but roar as they looked at his figure. With such a leader, victory seemed certain. Then I wish Xiao Yan, Demon Commander, victory at the start. Let's set off. With a command, the Demon King of 10,000 demons waved his hand, and a massive spatial rift, 10,000 feet wide, tore open in the air. From the rift, blood-red demonic chi soared, accompanied by a faint but extremely evil aura. At this moment, the true battle in the monster realm has fully erupted. The fight between the strongest subordinates of the 3 demon emperors and the 7 great demon kings will determine who the final victor will be. Let us wait and see. Swish! In the desolate alien space, within the ancient battlefield, a chilling, deathly aura filled the air, mixed with thick demonic energy and extremely evil devilish chi. This place could truly be called a graveyard of death. The ancient battlefield is a very special domain, originally created by the demon emperor Tianyuan using the power of reincarnation. The entire domain is vast beyond measure, where countless powerful beings from the monster realm and the extraterritorial evil clan have fallen. Even 2 white kings and 1 black king, who were sent by the extraterritorial evil clan's army to invade the monster realm, were completely suppressed by the demon emperor here. Thus, the ancient battlefield is not only the gathering place of many powerful beings from the monster realm, but also a region that holds 2 demon-suppressing domains. Demon-suppressing domains exist to seal and suppress truly powerful beings from the extraterritorial evil clan. The fact that 2 such domains exist here is terrifying, and the degree of horror is likely not less than the true land of 10,000 evils. One of the demon-suppressing prisons seals 2 white-grade extraterritorial evil clan kings and many evil beings. The other, according to rumors, seals only 1 red king from the extraterritorial evil clan. As for the power classification of the extraterritorial evil clan's king-level beings, no demonic beast can say for sure. However, the 2 white kings, according to many experts, may not have entered the reincarnation stage, while the red king must certainly be a reincarnation-level powerhouse. This is because the demon emperor suppressed them here using his mysterious techniques and the monster realm's supreme artifact. RIP. Xiao Yan and his companions slowly parted ways with the 10,000 demon kings, and then Xiao Yan, leading his 1,000 elite troops, along with the half-step 8-star Do Xian Heavenly Fox Demon Commander and 9 7-star Do Xian Demon Generals, entered the Tianyuan battlefield, one of the 10 great battlefields. The Tianyuan battlefield, though ranked at the bottom of the 10 great battlefields, is a special area where countless treasures and dangers coexist. Currently, in the top-ranked battlefield, the armies of the 3 powerful demonic beasts are standing tall, ready to settle their differences. In their eyes, the 7 great demon kings are nothing more than minor skirmishes. Once the 3 of them decide the victor, the 7 great demon kings will have no choice but to bow their heads in submission. Meanwhile, the other 9 battlefields have already been divided among the 7 great demon kings. They are attempting to use the relics and treasures left behind by powerful fallen beings from the monster realm in these 9 battlefields to enhance themselves, trying to gain the strength to challenge the three great powerhouses. Within the Tianyuan battlefield, news was intentionally leaked, revealing that the Black Fiend Dragon Wolf's personal guard was defeated by the Heavenly Bear Tyrant and fled, attempting to escape the ancient battlefield to recuperate. This news caught the attention of the evil-eyed Demon King, who has now completely taken control of this battlefield. Meanwhile, the armies of the Heavenly Bear Tyrant and the Bone Fiend King are slowly hiding in the top-ranked battlefield, the battlefield of Vengeful Souls, where the two are joining forces, attempting to annihilate the remaining Black Fiend Dragon Wolf army. The Demon Kings under the command of the 10,000 Demon King and others are gathering their forces and heading toward the battlefield of Vengeful Souls, where the true main event will take place. At the same time, aided by the terrifying influence of the 10,000 Demon King, Xiao Yan and his companions slowly entered the Tianyuan battlefield. This is the only retreat for their army, so Xiao Yan was sent here to attempt to drive out the evil-eyed Demon King and secure their final escape route. Such a terrifying aura. No wonder this is the true battlefield of the ancient era's powerful beings from the monster realm and the extraterritorial evil clan, Xiao Yan said. Upon entering, his soul power detected the energy around them. Standing on the horizon, Xiao Yan looked down, and countless dark rifts filled with evil energy appeared below, with eerie white bones and countless corpses scattered everywhere. The sinister and eerie aura sent a chill through his heart. It seems that everything in the Tianyuan battlefield, whether a stone or a grain of sand, has absorbed the blood essence of countless demonic beasts and the evil aura of the extraterritorial evil clan. In a sense, this is a tremendous supplement for demonic beasts. Standing on the horizon exposes our position. Let's descend and send someone to scout the strength of the evil-eyed Demon King's army. Also, no one is allowed to use anything in this battlefield without my command. After a moment, Xiao Yan's gaze swept around, noticing some shadows moving nearby. Yes. The 9 demon generals behind him nodded slowly. They were quite loyal to Xiao Yan's orders, and thus immediately began to carry them out. Buzz buzz. Strange, eerie energies surged from the ground beneath them as if releasing some kind of pressure. At that moment, 2 items within Xiao Yan's body began to glow with an exceptionally mystical light. The first was a fragment of the demon book Xiao Yan had obtained earlier, which recorded numerous treasures of the monster realm. It seemed as though the full demon book itself stood here. The second was the dark aura emanating from Xiao Yan's palm, the presence of the Dark Nether Soldier. It seemed that the Dark Nether Soldier felt a sense of dread toward this land. However, the Dark Nether Soldier resembled a summoned creature. If Xiao Yan didn't actively summon it, it would quietly reside in the darkness, which is often referred to as the Netherworld. Don't worry, I won't rely too much on your power. I will take each step on this road myself. Xiao Yan smiled faintly. With all the methods at his disposal, along with the Dark Nether Soldier, Xiao Yan's peak combat power was probably at the mid-7-star Dosien stage. Let the army rest here. Remember to conceal their aura. Xun'er, I'll leave the army in your hands for now. Heavenly Fox Demon Commander, let's go. Let's go check the situation here. After the handover, Xiao Yan chose to set up camp in a low-lying basin and nodded slightly. All right. Both Tianyuan and Heavenly Fox responded in unison before retreating. Tianyuan, the strongest among the 9 demon generals, had the perfect strength of a 7-star Dosien. He was also a good person, capable of shouldering responsibilities. Brother Xiao Yan, I feel like what you're doing is a bit. After leaving the main army, the two walked along a quiet path, surrounded by an eerie aura and evil energies, which felt quite dark. Heavenly Fox looked at Xiao Yan, puzzled. In front of us, there's quite a substantial army. I wonder if it's the elite of the evil-eyed Demon King. But I remember that the overall power of the evil-eyed Demon King is only a few times stronger than the nation of 10,000 demons, so? Xiao Yan smiled, though his smile carried a confidence that didn't match his strength, as though he had something to rely on. With our current strength, none of the 7 great Demon Kings can be defeated. After all, each of the 7 Demon Kings commands an army of at least 100,000 demonic beasts, and their strength ranges from late to perfected 8-star Dosien. This is something our 1,000 elites cannot compare with. Heavenly Fox thought for a moment, his white tail swaying, clearly shaken by Xiao Yan's casual words. "Let's go. We'll confront this army." After saying this, Xiao Yan didn't care how Heavenly Fox Demon Commander felt. With a single movement, he led the way toward the distance. Ugh, this guy. Heavenly Fox Demon Commander was filled with a mix of shock and madness. Is Xiao Yan a reckless fool, or a meticulously calculating person? Nevertheless, Heavenly Fox was quite satisfied with Xiao Yan's decisive actions. In the Heavenly Abyss battlefield, countless bleached bones and demonic winds filled the air, turning the barren land into a true inferno of the human world. Ah, how unlucky. The evil-eyed Demon King is really biased, giving the most valuable resources in the Heavenly Abyss battlefield to his personal guard, the evil-eyed Demon Horde. And us, the commanders and soldiers who fought and labored with him, end up with nothing. This is really frustrating. In a flat area, several tiger-headed, human-bodied demonic beast commanders gathered together, complaining bitterly. Their expressions were ferocious, and their words revealed endless hatred for the so-called evil-eyed Demon King. Scaled Commander, since the evil-eyed Demon King is so heartless, why don't we? One of the beastmen, whose body was covered in green scales, raised his eerie finger to his own neck, making his intentions clear. Meaning, eliminate the evil-eyed Demon King and take his place. No, the Scaled Commander, the leader of the demonic beast commanders, slowly shook his head. The evil-eyed Demon King is at the mid-8-star Docian stage, far beyond what we can handle. Moreover, the evil-eyed Demon King's evil eye is the most troublesome of all the 7 Demon Kings. After a moment of contemplation, the Scaled Commander's deep demonic eyes lifted, gazing deeper into the battlefield. Every one of the 10 battlefields contained numerous valuable relics. After the evil-eyed Demon King occupied the Heavenly Abyss battlefield, he had subtly discovered some powerful relics and thus sent his 3 major Demon Commander Corps on patrol around the borders as an excuse to scatter them. Meanwhile, he and his personal guard were slowly exploring these precious relics. The army before them was the 2nd-ranked Scaled Demon Corps, led by the Scaled Commander at the early 8-star Docian stage, with a force of 20,000 demonic beasts. Although the army consisted mainly of scaled demonic beasts, which might be weak individually, their true strength came from fighting as a collective. TSK. This Demon Commander is leading an army that is far too large, isn't it? At this moment, Xiao Yan and Tian, who stood atop a withered tree, their gazes deep as they observed the vast encampment of hundreds of tents in the distance. Xiao Yan's voice was barely a whisper, filled with surprise. Looking at this formation, it looks like there are tens of thousands. So, what do you think? Do you have the confidence to charge in? Xiao Yan mumbled to himself, then slowly smiled, his tone filled with extreme pride as though he had absolute confidence in his own strength. Humph! Why would I be afraid? Master, whatever your plan is, just say the word. Tian, who snorted upon seeing Xiao Yan's demeanor, her sparkling fighting spirit flaring up without a doubt. Information is the most crucial thing in a battlefield. Once we infiltrate the enemy's camp, you'll attract their firepower, and I will attempt to gather intelligence on the evil-eyed Demon King. Remember, don't linger in battle. However, causing a massive disturbance would be excellent, Xiao Yan said. All right. Tian, who smiled slightly, and as she looked at Xiao Yan, respect involuntarily grew in her heart. This guy was not only powerful, but also had a temperament that was hard to resist. Let's move. After exchanging glances, the two of them surged with power like an unstoppable spring. You attack from the front, and I'll take the rear. This feint is just to gather intelligence, Xiao Yan said lightly, and with that, he took the lead, transforming into a fierce demon wind as he stealthily approached the enemy's tents. Woo woo woo. As Xiao Yan and Tian, whose powerful auras emerged, a shrill roar immediately echoed through the enemy camp. Enemy attack. Enemies. All troops, brace for battle. Enter combat mode. Xiao Yan and Tian, who attacked from the front and rear. Instantly, the Scaled Demon Commander leaped into the air, commanding the battle from a high vantage point. Report to the Scaled Commander, the attackers are only 2. One is wreaking havoc on the front lines, while there is a faint aura in the rear, seemingly heading towards our intelligence camp. After a few breaths, a scout arrived, speaking in a curious tone. 2 people? Seems like this guy isn't that simple. 4 great demon generals, go and stop that 8-star Dosian powerhouse. I'll go meet this kid myself. The scaled commander observed the 2 attackers and quickly made a decision. Tian, who, with her half-step 8-star Dosian strength, was certainly powerful, but the pressure Xiao Yan exuded was even more intense, rivaling that of a true 8-star Dosian. Scaled commander, the attacker on the front is a half-step 8-star Dosian powerhouse. If you don't intervene, there will likely be a one-sided slaughter. Several demon generals felt a dark cloud in their hearts and couldn't understand why the scaled commander made such a decision. Follow the orders. You just need to focus on defense. As soon as the words left his mouth, the scaled commander's body erupted with power, heading back toward the main base. Ha ha ha. Is this all the strength of the evil-eyed Demon King's demonic beast army? Not a single capable fighter among them. Get your leaders out here, or today, I will cleanse this place completely. In just a few minutes, Tian, who had killed hundreds of demonic beasts, her voice now filled with arrogance as she coldly sneered. Fall back, form up. Here. Adjust the army. Defend. Demon generals surged forth, and under their guidance, the demonic beast army, which had previously been scattered, now formed an orderly defense. Despite Tianhu's power, it became difficult to overwhelm the situation. Xiao Yan, I don't know what tricks you have, but you'd better hurry up. Tianhu muttered, and then, with a sudden clash, she joined the battle with the enemies. However, due to their mutual understanding, Tianhu's strength gradually started to lose its advantage. On the other side, in the rear of the army, Xiao Yan quietly infiltrated a tent. This was where some confidential scrolls were stored, and it was also his target. However, the demonic beasts guarding the area and the protective barriers were no match for Xiao Yan's soul power, which effortlessly shattered them. What is this? Xiao Yan extended his soul power outward, defending against the demonic beasts and the strong forces in the army. His hands quickly flipped through hundreds of scrolls, searching for anything useful. Demon Emperor Mausoleum? Xiao Yan pulled out the scroll at the bottom, and an invisible pressure radiated from it. The 4 eerie words seemed to fill the air. You have some guts, daring to infiltrate my army's headquarters. State your name. Just as Xiao Yan was about to open the scroll, a cold, eerie aura surrounded the entire tent like smoke. Have they discovered it? But the goal has already been achieved. Xiao Yan tucked the scroll into his chest, and his gaze immediately became profound. A faint shadow of energy appeared outside his body, wrapping around him. The ancient ruler of heavenly flames stood behind him, and a mighty battle intent emanated from him. This guy must be an 8-star Dosian. He's a true formidable opponent. However, for a leader of a demonic beast army at this level, whose strength has reached the early stages of an 8-star Dosian, this would also be a great challenge for Xiao Yan. You brat! Die! A cold snort rang out, followed by a chilling aura that swept through the entire intelligence tent. An endless, chilling killing intent surged forth, and in the next moment, a humanoid demonic beast, wrapped in green scales, appeared in Xiao Yan's line of sight. This guy's defense and combat ability are probably terrifying. Xiao Yan observed the sudden appearance of the demonic beast's shadow. Its fierce demonic eyes were filled with boundless fury, and the green scales on its body resembled sharp barbs, releasing an incredibly powerful demonic aura. 10,000 cold prison pillars. As the scaled commander appeared, a milky white demonic aura gathered within him, and then it spread throughout this extreme cold domain. It didn't give Xiao Yan any chance to counterattack. The attack came with such terrifying force, suggesting the intention for a swift resolution. Boom! A massive roar echoed as countless icy white mists surged within the domain. The mist, suffused with suffocating cold, quickly transformed into numerous cold ice pillars that filled the entire area. These pillars contained a powerful suppressive aura, startling Xiao Yan. Fire! Seeing such a terrifying display of power from the scaled commander, Xiao Yan didn't dare hesitate. He roared, and the scarlet flame Great Heaven Seed emerged, its power enhanced by his battle soul, temporarily shielding Xiao Yan from the cold forces of the ice. Early 7-star Docian? What's going on? Just as Xiao Yan made his move, the scaled commander sensed Xiao Yan's true strength and immediately gazed at him with puzzled eyes. Heh, I don't have time to play with you. Scarlet Flame Sea. Undying Fire Feather. Xiao Yan smiled lightly, and countless scarlet Great Heaven Seed flames and gray feathers intertwined, swirling from Xiao Yan's body. The flames flowed as if descending from the heavens, their overwhelming momentum causing the scaled commander to shudder. Suppress him. Watching Xiao Yan unleash such a terrifying attack, clearly beyond what his own strength could handle, the scaled commander gritted his teeth but still forced himself to speak. Forget it, I don't have time to play. I'll gladly accept these things. As Xiao Yan spoke, his figure suddenly broke through the icy domain in a strange manner and lightly landed on the intelligence tent, smiling. This guy. At this moment, the scaled commander's demonic eyes turned serious. The person who appeared to be only in the early stages of 7-star Docian was likely the most terrifying one of them all. Trying to run? Power of the Cold Pillar. Seeing Xiao Yan attempting to escape, the scaled commander released a stream of milky white cold ice power from his hand, attempting to trap Xiao Yan here forever. Crack! Just as the milky white energy touched Xiao Yan, an amber flame appeared, enveloping him and completely disintegrating the cold power. This flame. Watching Xiao Yan's display of power, the scaled commander lost all desire to continue attacking. He stood still, seemingly lost in thought. Such a hassle. Xiao Yan dealt with the scaled commander's attack and was about to escape when he saw the heavenly fox demon commander surrounded by tens of thousands of scaled demons in the distance. Muttering to himself, Xiao Yan transformed into a fiery meteor and shot towards him. This guy, forget it. Maybe this will help hinder the evil-eyed demon king. Watching Xiao Yan leave, the scaled commander chuckled. Otherwise, with his strength, he could have easily kept Xiao Yan here. But that would have led to a true life-and-death battle. Unnameable wretch, surrender now, or today will be your end. In the sky, 5 demon generals radiated with dazzling demonic energy. Their power fused with that of tens of thousands of scaled demons, creating a terrifying force that forced the heavenly fox demon commander to retreat steadily. Indeed, they're truly well-trained demonic beasts. I wonder how Lord Xiao Yan is doing. Boom. The scaled demons, united in their formation, created a square formation that combined offense and defense, leaving the heavenly fox demon commander helpless. It felt as though any attack from him would be easily neutralized, while their counterattacks left him utterly powerless. He could only brace himself and take the hits. As time passed, the wounds on the heavenly fox demon commander became more evident, while the power emanating from the scaled demons grew increasingly terrifying. Are you all right? After a brief pause, Xiao Yan appeared beside the heavenly fox demon commander, looking at the weakened figure with concern. Lord Xiao Yan, please leave quickly. Their combined attacks are too strange. The heavenly fox demon commander hurriedly shouted upon seeing Xiao Yan appear. He was just a simple warrior, good at following orders and fighting, but when it came to giving commands, he was lacking. However, now with someone as wise and capable as Xiao Yan by his side, he was more than willing to defer to him. The intel has been gathered. Let's go together, Xiao Yan said with a slow smile, without hesitation. But the heavenly fox demon commander wanted to say something, but he was struck by the sight of Xiao Yan, his body radiating heat, flames rising from dim to dazzling, from ordinary to utterly sacred. It felt as though a bright star had fallen to the mortal realm. At this very moment, boundless, vast power was reawakening, shining with its true brilliance. Bloom. With a cold snort, a delicate, pale yellow lotus seed slowly appeared in Xiao Yan's hand. He then hurled it toward the enormous defensive formation made of tens of thousands of scaled demons. To avoid exposing all of his capabilities, Xiao Yan did not use the 4-color Buddha's Fury reincarnation, but instead summoned the Undying Flame to condense a fire lotus. With the power of the Undying Flame and Xiao Yan's soul power, the combined force was more than enough to break through the scaled demon's combined assault. Boom! The power of immortality erupted, and the lotus seed fully exploded, releasing a wave of intense heat like a beam of destruction, sweeping outward. The terrifying energy it carried sent a chill through the demon generals, causing their faces to change drastically. This is bad. Fall back. The demon generals' pupils contracted sharply, their voices filled with panic. Boom. Unfortunately, it took time for orders to be conveyed. By the time the command reached them, the massive formation of tens of thousands of scaled demons was already blown apart by Xiao Yan's fire lotus and soul power, leaving a massive hole in the formation. Over 20,000 scaled demons, more than 1/5 of their number, were dead or injured. 10,000 cold domain. Search for them. Find those two damn beasts. Sever them with 1,000 cuts. In an instant, the scaled commander acted quickly, spreading an intense cold energy that slowly resisted the fire lotus's expansion. Otherwise, the losses would have continued to grow. As this scene unfolded, the entire Heavenly Abyss battlefield shook violently. It seemed that the other areas had also detected the powerful energy fluctuations, but Xiao Yan and his companions, now with the intel, moved to join their forces.